Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Franti.
So now what we're looking at is a fairly stable market, natural sellers and buyers, right? We don't have a big foreclosure market or anything of that nature. And we just don't have a lot of inventory, and that's going to continue to drive prices. Now, Don, tell us, last year's numbers were pretty good, especially here in Santa Clarita, Southern California, and California as a whole.
What do you mean? Oh, which numbers?
Appreciation.
Oh, well,
we say it's hot. What does that mean?
Yeah, well, we nailed it because they were predicting that we're going to be somewhere between 4 and 5%. We said, no way, it's going to be higher than that because we know based on supply and demand, when you don't have any inventory, that's going to push prices up. So basically, we're looking at around 8.8% in California, right?
Yeah.
It was an 8.2. Actually,
in
I
Los
think
Angeles County.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty strong here at 7.4%. Throughout most of the nation. If you go through and take some of the slower markets, you're at still around 4.8%.
Now, that's last year, right? So that's year over year. Now,
Right.
the one thing to take into consideration now is last January, we had something like 1,400 homes on the market. We have about half that inventory
Yeah, I
or
think we only
less.
got up to 900. So
regardless, we
yeah,
have
yeah,
tremendous amount more
Three
inventory
times
than
more.
we do. At least 3 times more,
Right,
if not
right.
4. So what do you think that's going to do to prices this year here in Santa Clarita? And we didn't have this low of rates
Right.
at the beginning of the year.
That's true.
And the weather wasn't quite as nice because
Yeah.
the weather has come early and it's been beautiful out, and it's reminding me every day why I like to live in Southern California.
And why you need to take action today. We're very big advocates of taking action today because, like Gino said, rates are some of the lowest we have seen in quite some time and the lowest you're going to probably ever see. And the market is up 8.2% January to January.
Huge.
8.2% in January. And I guarantee February's numbers are going to be strong too.
Yeah,
because
so you
it's
bought
booming right now.
Let's just say you bought a $400,000 house. That's a $32,000 profit. Sounds like a raise to me.
Okay, so if you wait, then the house just gets more expensive. If rates go up, that even affects your purchasing power even more. So
So we
now-
did on the
now-
National Real Estate Cafe, we did a great little sample showing you what rates were at 11.9%, at 7.9%, and I think it was 4%.
Right.
And the difference was at 11.9, you could only afford a $100,000 loan versus a $200,000 loan at 4%.
There you go.
So you could afford twice as much with today's interest rates than with the interest rates we had in the late 70s.
All right, so now that you know that the inventory is short, and you're going to find that when you go out there looking, you go, oh my gosh, there's not much out there. That means you're going to have a lot of competition. So how do you, put yourself in a better position to be successful in this market? The first tip, and this is the most important, trust me, this is going to sound like we're selling local, selling our friends and selling us, but in this bubble, Santa Clarita, and we are in our own little bubble here, if you don't work with a local agent, respectable agent, very accountable, great reputation, networked, they know other agents so they can find out about how homes are available before they're even available because they have networking groups. Just so you know, behind the scenes, and it's not illegal. Basically, they know it's coming up. They can't put it on MLS, but they'll mention
they can't put it on the MLS because the seller wants to paint, or they're not ready, or their job transfer isn't happening. But the professionals say, hey, I have a listing coming up in Fair Oaks Ranch. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,000 square foot home, and the seller's really motivated because he's being relocated. Do you think that would be helpful to know ahead of time before it hits the MLS, before you could even find it on home scouting?
Right. Or if you're looking for a certain track or certain area. So they need to be networked, and they need to be local and you need a local lender. Trust me, because if the loan doesn't go through, then the whole transaction falls apart.
This was awesome. I had a buyer had 4 pre-approval letters. 3 pre-approval letters. We were their 4th lender. And we had an agent say, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, oh, this is great. Yeah, I've worked with Skyline before, so tell him to get a real pre-approval letter, and then I'll accept his offer. Hey, the other ones were from major national institutions. But if you don't work local right now, you don't stand a chance. And the reason is major financial institutions have no accountability to the listing agent and their seller. None whatsoever. What do you think happens if Don or I or any of our team do something wrong? We get crucified.
Right.
So we don't. We're very careful. We do our due diligence. We do our homework. And our pre-approval letter means you're getting your keys.
And that's key, because if they receive, and they will receive, multiple offers, their duty is to make sure that that transaction goes through for the seller, which means they need to know that, one, that the real estate agent that they're accepting an offer will do their job and is accountable.
Not
And
the time to use a newbie, guys.
Right.
Not the time to give your friend a chance.
Yeah, and that the lender's going to perform. Even if your offer is $2,000 to $3,000 less, but they know it's going to close, because then it costs a lot more to have to put it back on the market. What does that say about it on the market? Did they lose opportunities and so forth? It costs a lot more than the $2,000 to $5,000 or whatever. So the listing agent is not doing you a disjustice by accepting an offer. They're making sure the transaction goes through, because it'll cost you a lot more payments and who knows what.
Yeah, smooth and painless is worth its weight in gold, and many, many times a seller will accept a lower offer from a local professional with a local lender that have a great reputation.
All right, we got a minute left. What's your pearl of wisdom?
Okay. Right now, if you find a way to remove your appraisal contingency, that is your golden ticket. We've got ways we can help you achieve that here. I've got strategies I've used as a real estate agent and a loan officer to help you remove your appraisal contingency. You can do it. It can be done. It makes your offer as good as cash. Reach out to us at donandgino@gmail.com.
Actually, reach out to our team, DG Team,
Yeah.
at SkylineHomeLoans.com. DG is in Don and Gino. DG Team at SkylineHomeLoans.com. We'll be glad to help you with strategizing some quality information. I mean, how much more accountable can you be than to being on a radio show every single week?
Yep.
And being in the
Come knock the
industry
door
for
down.
40 years.
Come visit us in the vault.
All right. Unfortunately, we have to leave. We hate leaving you on this Saturday, but what a beautiful day. Enjoy the Oscars tomorrow.
Ah, fun stuff.
And thank you for being part of our lives now for almost 5 years. We want you to be successful this weekend. Have fun house shopping. And remember, go on the app and get the Home Buyer Scouting Report, Home Buyer Scouting, and it'll be the best app you can have to go look at available homes straight through the MLS. You heard right here on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Check us out more at donandgino.com.
Thank you, and have a fantastic weekend.
All right. Be good humans.